if I had places... what am I trying to say? If I had warehouses in all these places, I could do it a lot easier. Sadly, we'll just have you automatically trade salt in these places, because I know that you will sell it if you can get good money for it. And that should make us good money on all the salt. So go for it, Salty Run. Sadly though, I don't think there's actually much salt for you to pick up here. Yeah, only 47. It's going to be a bit of a waste of a journey. But as we collect all the salt there, that should be rather nice. Okay, Von Riga Master Race. Again, sell the tools and sell the beers and buy the meat. Thought I loaded all my salt here, but no, I've already sold that, haven't I? Oh, shit.
You are helping me develop my city.
Pirate Kornbrook attacks Virtual Bark and is limiting access to Riga. That's no good, but was that the only place we got attacked? No, we had Rants. Can't have Rants getting attacked. Troubling times. Guess this means war. You can never eliminate pirates for good. It's always only a temporary fix, even if you destroy their hideouts for good. They come back. Also, there is something in the sea over here. I want that. 45 flotsam. So 45 cheese just floating there. How very nice. These cogs, once they're repaired, I'll... can't really make them into my fighting force just yet. I'll give it some thought. The Von Riga Master Race doesn't have any attack carriers, really. But I'm sure I have something around here that is. Something with cannons. Once we down these guys, it'll give me a bit of time to think about it. First, I really don't like these guys. Especially since they're limiting access to Riga. So for that, you die now. 2 cogs and one of these thingamajiggers. I gotta stop forgetting to grab more sailors, because it's making this take far too long. Double hit. Jake, can it buy meat and fish to bring it back to Riga? It could, but I prefer to specialize, otherwise I'm going to be in this situation where it'll all just get too messy. Too messy for me to take. Okay, so I got all our goods back there, which is lovely. Let's get back to Riga, where I want to drop off that cog we just grabbed. And get it repaired. Might as well repair Von Riga Master Race whilst we are here. Can I sell goods whilst I'm... Yeah, I can. Excellent. Let's just ditch all these goods and deal with them later. Or rather, our marketplace man will be dealing with them. Now, one of my boats, or one of my convoys, had something with cannons on it. No manned cannons, sadly, but... Johan Sandals is not the one I'm looking for. Let's take Shitatsu Sho then, for example. I added you recently and I don't think I have much use for you. Unless I have other places with free boats. Free one in Riga, you say? No, they're ones that are getting repaired. Rostock. Couple of cogs. Could build convoys there. It's getting tricky now, isn't it? Okay, I have an idea. I have a great idea. I'm going to grab something that is a crayer, but not all that useful. Shitatsu Sho will do. We'll get you over to Rostock. Shitatsu Sho was a bad choice actually, because you kind of did inland stuff. Still, we'll roll with what we have. We're going to upgrade Shitatsu Sho. Can't upgrade you for some reason. Oh, right, I think I have to put you in the harbour to upgrade you. That doesn't sound right. Getting all kinds of confused now. Why can I not build up? Now we're talking. Just give it a couple of expansions. Call you the Pirate Killer 01. See if we can't grab a few motley crew for it as well. 5, better than nothing. Those are just beggars that can't find jobs. They will happily be crew for you, and we'll sell you over here. Unknown pirate's gonna have to die. That does, however, leave us with a Shitatsu show that can't actually do his job. So, I guess we're just gonna have to remove Thorn from the list. And just have you automatically trade there. I mean, it's better than you doing nothing. May as well add you to it and get on it, Shitatsu show. Meanwhile, Pirate Killer is going to do what it does best, kill pirates. Did the pirate go away? So what I mean, pirates are just a horrible distraction from what you really wanted to do, which is make loads of money. So we'll keep you over here in Groningen. Oh, unknown pirate, you say? You're going to have to die. If I put it to automatic, I would automatically lose, because the game would go, oh, you don't have enough cannons or crew. You die now. Whereas the reality is quite the opposite. They're cogs and I am a Snickers, which means I dramatically outmaneuver them. So we'll be taking back all those goods, and we've got a ship for our troubles. There is no port here in Groningen. This is a horrible place to be. Let's get over to our harem. Also no port here. They can be built later on. In fact, this is a very undeveloped city. How about Bruges? Oh, another unknown pirate. He has to die. They're getting serious now. It's all cogs. It'll take a fair few hits to bring down in an alternate universe where I play fair. Many people have tried and failed to find a way to just remove pirates from the game, myself included. This is the best compromise I could come up with. Just make it so you can obliterate them like that. So, Pirate Killer, may as well just ditch what we've grabbed here, since it's not really any meaningful amount of goods. Oh, we're gonna be a popular guy here. Again, no port. Well, we know London has a port, but I still don't want to go there. Oh, right, I was in the wrong place. I wanted to hit up Bruges. Again, another unknown bloomin' pirate. Any missions to destroy them? No, just to lend out money, and that's not how we roll around here. Ditch these useless cogs that we picked up. At least they're useless for now. Get them repaired. Whilst the Pirate Killer goes and kills pirates. Yeah, it's at this point that I really, the enjoyment for the game starts grinding to a halt, because it becomes a case of, oh boy, pirates, time to waste all my time killing them instead of trading, which is what I really want to do. So at least we have Bruges where we can... okay, we're overloaded with stuff now, but that's not a problem. Get that cog repaired. Might as well repair Pirate Killer whilst we're here. We can't actually leave because we're so full of items here. But that's fine, as I said, just sell it all. It's straight profit anyway, since we didn't pay for these. We just robbed it from the pirates. So I'm not too worried about making the boon dollar on them. Odd hearing that out of my lips, isn't it? Oh yeah, we're a popular guy in Bruges because we brought them all those items. But yeah, what a horrible distraction from what I wanted to do, which is be the Von Riga master race. At least during all that time we should have rather a lot of wood built up. Oh yeah, it's in the 4 digits now. But although I could be bringing that over to the likes of Rostock and building up grain production, I am a big believer in specialization and trade, which means we need yet more clay and wood production. So when it comes to clay we have 15 of them, when it comes to wood we have 16 of them. I'd ideally like to have twice as much clay as I have wood, because everything tends to require twice as much clay as wood to produce. The thing about clay though is that it's not a raw ingredient for anything, whereas wood is required to produce salt and metal goods and probably other things that I'm not remembering at the moment. So finish off this little 2x4 of sawmills, which again does not play ball because whoever designed the city builder for this game has not played a good city builder in their life. Should introduce them to city skylines or something. Kinda running low on building materials here, but that's fine. We could solve that from our storehouse. Now, notice that we sold them until we were selling them at a rate of 39 ducats each. Might seem that we're taking quite the loss there, but what we can do is, when you build something, it has a base cost. So for, let's take this for example, the base cost is about 6,000 ducats, but it also buys materials from the marketplace, and if those materials are cheap, then the material cost is cheap. If the materials are expensive, the cost is expensive. So really, although we're selling it at a low rate in the marketplace, we are cutting even because it's cheaper to buy when building these things. If it turns out that we don't use so many and we still have the market flooded, we can buy them back at about 39 a pop and then just sell them at a more outrageous price later on, because that's how we roll. So yeah, we have all these sawmills, so we've got like 1, 2.5 of those, which means I want roughly 5 of these 2x4s of clay pits. 1, 2, 3. There's more to be done. Such a strange and horrible way to build things in these little 2x4s, but it is far and away the most efficient way to pack them in, that I'm aware of at least. There we go. Just look at how ugly that is. Saw an imager get posted in a previous stream and Jake laughed at it. You what? Ah, another time. Alright, so Riga is well on the way of becoming the metropolis, the shining gem, the glowing butthole of the Baltic. But I'm still concerned about the lack of food here. We have the cheese that's kind of dribbling in, and meat as well, but I really want grain and cheese coming in here at a reasonable rate. Still, that'll all be made a lot easier when we get the wood and brick production going really hard. So how can we help with that? The trouble is that we're not really producing items that we sell for the boon dollar. I don't like that. Also, why do I have the flying shekel selected? Virtual bark. Still just buying and selling automatically, but they're all making us good money. We can actually check the metrics on that by going here, and yeah. Profit on voyage, straight profit. Right, mean profit per day is what I'm looking at, so making 2,000. Anyone that's not really making much profit, like this, Scottish World Champions, they're clearly not doing much for us, are they? What is their duty? It's because they're helping out with Novgorod. There is no need for that now, is there? Afraid not. What can I do about you? What can I do to make you profitable? Frankly, I'm just unhappy with your progress. There we go. Granted, it's not going to make us much money, because I think Scottish World Champions 1998 is a, it's just a Snickers. So it has a tiny capacity. Still, it should be making us more than virtually no money, so try doing that for a change. Sinking Greyskin's doing alright. Johan Sandals and Riga not doing so great, but I only recently put them up. The Salty Run won't make us any money, because all it does... Actually, no, it should be making us money. Ah, that's right, it hasn't had much salt from Riga to drop off, because I've been bringing it up all the time. And again, attacked by bloomin' pirates. Such a horrible distraction. Rance was attacked. Now that I will not stand for. I'll save you, Rance. Just unknown pirate, though. Can I go to Cologne and speak to someone about pirates? Piece of a treasure map, though. I will always take that. Ach well. Unknown pirate must die. You waste so much of your time in this game just dealing with pirates. The devs were pretty hostile about it. It's like, pirates were part of Hanseatic trading. We can't not have them. And I'm like, well, I agree, but maybe you could make the mechanic for them not ours? I guess that was out of the question. It's just terrible distraction. Like I said, this is where my enjoyment for the game starts, sinking like the sinking Greyskin. Jake, any interest in Fallout 4? Was it Fallout 4 that I was at Gamescom and I saw some kind of Fallout thing. I can't remember if it was 4 or 5. But as you can tell by me not remembering, I don't really have much interest in it. Okay, it's not enough people to hire from the Von Riga Master Race. Not enough workers. Business has reduced workload. I know about the workload. Oh, nice. Metal goods. They want us to build more metal good facilities. And the prize for that is loads of money. Also, I don't think I bought back all those extra bits of wood that I put to market, which is... shame on me, really. Right, so I need to build a few smithies here. I can't remember if I can do them by the 8s or not. Well, regardless, we'll build them out here. Or I could show off that little trick. But I struggle to remember it. Ugh, I can do that another time. So, smithy. We only need 2 of them. And there you get it. Flood that market and may as well build some houses. Not that we're drowning in money. I would be a lot more comfortable with more money right now. And buy back up any of that wood that we sold at too low a price. And sure, more capacity is always welcome on the Von Riga Master Race, because I really want to buy up anywhere that has too much food. Danzig, for example. You got any cheese you can spare? Oh, what I should have done was pick up excess goods from Riga. There's plenty of beer that I would like to sell. Sure, why not? As long as pirates don't bother me for a wee while, I can get some good old-fashioned trading done. I want to produce salt in Riga soon so that our salty run can actually make some half-decent money. So they're making the money, but it's the food that I came here to get. Thought I set pirates to low. Yeah, this is low piracy. Oh, that delicious money from selling metallic goods and beer. I do just love to specialize in this game. Ooh, and I love buying up all the spices. You may not like it, but I do, and that's all that matters. We still got ourselves established here in Rostock, but I feel like we're not doing enough with it. I really need to start building grain en masse here. But in order to build en masse, I need a lot of trade goods, lots of building goods, wool and wood and brick. Yeah, building places out of wool, crazy. Come on, guys, someone here must produce plenty of food. Grain is a requirement to build up the beer. I'm sure that surprises no one. Well, what really is surprising is the sheer lack of grain around here, and food in general. Gothenburg is an excellent place to be producing food in. It does grain and meat. But Thorn does grain and cheese requires nothing extra. It's a bit slow to produce, but... Come on, show me the food. I'll buy it at excess prices. Oh, also, it seems they got an enormous shipment of wine in, so I can take advantage. And buy it all up. At knockoff rates. Oh, no, no, no. Keep that... Gotta keep that food for Riga. The consumption of meat is actually pretty low. I'm almost under siege, you say? Just in time for me to pop in and starve you. You having all your meat, thanks? All your meat as well. Wow, you've been building that up for a while. And sure, I'll buy up your brick nice and cheap, but the lack of grain disturbs me. Really need to get that grain going. Alright, that's what we'll do next time we're in Riga. Thanks for all your food. I hope you starve to death. Have some mead, get drunk. That'll solve all your problems. Alright, let's make Riga fat. Just in time to get a new ship there. Make Riga fat, and then we're going to start some real grain production. Thankfully, they're probably not going to starve, because they have cheese and meat, but not much of either. Add some stockfish to the pile. Okay. Okay, really should just be building up Rostock now, but the temptation to just build yet more clay pits and stuff. No, I really should avoid it. I mean, even if I build more, they're not staffed with workers. 20 of them, 48 of them. Man, I went a bit extreme on the clay pits, didn't I? I'm going to need more wood than that. Okay, flood the market. Build some things. At least we're doing alright on the money here. I'm trying to make this as full of houses as possible so that our competitor can't actually build any more. You see, you can't build houses outside of the city wall, which means occupation will hit its limit and the competitor won't be able to build more houses. I suppose I haven't gone into houses that much, so there's a button we can press here. Yep. Buildings that are mine have the blue flag above it, and the closer to the center you are, the more wealthy your houses are. Sadly, I arrive late, and most of my places are just worker houses, which are the poorest of the poor. But you get burgher houses and you get patrician houses. I'll start out from the outset then. So what would be a house I built early? Probably this one here. Houses, 86 people. And all of my houses put together cost me 880 ducats per day. But they make me a profit of, well, income of 2,294. So that is just raw profit there every single day. Takes a very long time to pay itself back though, because every house I build, even when materials are cheap, they cost me 20,000. So I've spent 20,000 42 times, and I'm making back, let's say, 1,000 a day, maybe 1,500 a day. You do the maths for me. Tell me how long that's going to be till it pays me back. But the thing is, once it's paid me back, it is pure profit from then on out. And what is more, I have the houses, not the competitor. If the competitor had the houses, let's take these Patrician houses for example. Oh, they make so much money, and he has loads of houses. And if I wanted to buy one, he's willing to sell it to me for 1.1 million for one house. Yep, definitely better to have the houses yourself. So, I know I said I want more wood, but no, let's refrain from now. We'll get all the goods back to the storehouse. It's okay if we just buy them up to ridiculous costs, because it'll automatically sell them back to the market for good prices. So I mean, when you buy for quite a lot and then just sell it back, you're not actually making any loss, which is quite nice. There's no taxes on that or anything. So in a sense, money is limitless and comes from nowhere. I lost my train of thought here, so let's stock up that convoy with as much as we can. Which is pretty much, you know, all of the clay. And then enough wood that we can. Okay, that'll do. Let's go build up Rostock. It's been a long time coming. And we need that grain, or else Riga could potentially starve. And I don't want that. Neither do you. Okay, so Rostock, look at how unbuilt up it is. Well, it even sounds like a horrible place. Alright, so we need an administrator for this place. And we need to use the settings that we already have. Again, we will sell goods at great prices. Not so sure about buying things up right now, because I'm just going to change it out when we get more advanced. So we'll forget about that right now. We're doing automatic trading as is. Jake, just set all of your rivals' houses on fire to humiliate them and increase PP. If only it was that simple in this game. Okay, so let's flood that market and get building. At least this place doesn't really seem to be in any danger of starving, since it produces grain, which is fine. Seems to be getting in meat and stockfish from nearby cities. Can't increase production here, which is a bit sad, but... tell me, do we have all the privileges? I think that's like the 4th time I've checked that, and yes, we do. So, what do we even want to produce here? It's all about the grain right now. Wine is nice because it gives a lot of money, but is very slow to produce and doesn't really help that much with cities, since people can't live off of wine. I'm sure they'd love to try, but they simply cannot. How's the overpopulation here? Alright, too high. I want to get in on that housing market. And remember, the closer to the center they are...
I expect you to either tear this house down immediately, or cut me in on the profits. Remember, I was here first.
Well, Herman, you might have been here first, but I am here to stay.
I have already told you a number of times that I do not appreciate your continuous expansion in my city. You are disturbing my business.
Yeah. Fight me. So, alright. I am very happy just to spend all my money on houses right now. That's going to bring down housing occupancy massively and cost me tons of money. But hey, that's how we roll around here. Oh, I probably should have bought up things from Rostock to bring back home. There is tons of hemp. May as well grab that wool as well. And oh yes, the wine. Wine is lovely. Actually, since it's going to take a bit of time to get all the wood built up here again, the wood and the clay, I am happy to actually sail around here and pick up lovely items for Riga. I'm also so happy not hearing that boom sound of pirates attacking me. Ugh, pirates are awful in this game. Why, devs? Why? When everybody tells you that a mechanic in your game is garbage, you don't defend it. You look into it and see how you can improve it. People are not telling you that pirates are crap because they're not appreciating it. They're telling you they're crap because they're crap. Oh my. How lovely. They seem to have built up quite a lot of building materials here for me. I'm glad we added the cogs to this fleet because we need this capacity to buy up all these delicious goods. I could be selling them goods for excessive amounts of money, but really I'm not looking... Now I'm turning my focus away from profiteering off of these smaller provinces to profiteering off of the likes of Riga and Rostock because I want them built up. The goal of this campaign, because hey, if I played a full campaign of this it would be about 100 hours long. The goal will be to make Riga enormous. I'm trying to think how big. As big as it can be, I guess. Punishment games with unclear rules. Give me a bit of elbow room to be arbitrary. And that I can get behind. Don't really have need for salt, but I do want the clothes, and pelts are so rare and so good. Ugh, not pirates. It's like it's punishing me for my privateering days earlier. Or for selling boats that I never previously owned. Stop by the British Isles because they deal in pitch. Not all that useful, but it's expensive and is necessary for ship production. So don't knock that pitch is what I'm saying. Alright, we're almost fully stocked up. We'll stop off in Scarborough one more time to grab some pitch. Hopefully they have some. Just a drop. Disappointing. In any case, back to Rostock then to Riga. Jake, what about guards in the warehouses? I haven't really made enemies with the guy here yet, but you still make an excellent point. I should be building, not building, but hiring guards. Oh my, got all wintry here. It's dirt cheap. 4 guards will do this place nicely. Sadly, they don't want me to increase production here. The missions there were just rubbish. Let's get those going. They will automatically be put into building these, if at all possible. And what I will do... Oh my, too much wood here. I'll get a chunk of that wood stuck into the warehouse, where all of this stuff is going to go, except for that stuff because they actually produce it here. But honey... Oh, they produce metal goods as well. A lot of the stuff I picked up wasn't so useful for here. But there we go, we'll be... wine again. We'll be selling these goods. And that should get Rostock's population moving. Grab an extra sailor, because why not? Only the Krayer is useful, used in combat here, and that is just fine. Would love to build more buildings here. It's grain I need. I need lots of grain. Ah well, back to Riga. We can pick up all those building materials. Jake, how long till you get taken over by the Livonian Order? Revel! I should probably burn Revel to the ground so that we're not scared of them later on. Okay, so we stop by in the Riga. Excellent, increased production. Beer, and again, the beer is the self-fulfilling prophecy. We can actually check and see if this works now. Can I do beer? Yes, I can do beer in like a 2x4, so that's good. So those will be completed in 5 days. Yeah, 5, and then we will finish that and we'll get huge amounts of raw profit. It is truly a tremendous mission. Broken one, if anything. Again, the people here are starving. But because the population is now really big, we can give more items before this jewel thing starts increasing. And that is wonderful news for us, because it means we can just make so much more money. So we'll dump what we can in the warehouse, it'll automatically get sold, and we'll pick up, not the salt, we have a salt trader for that. But we'll grab those metallic goods and the beer. And oh yes, we want all of these. Trouble is that our fleet is just a little too small. We got any spare boats hanging around? Got one in Bruges and apparently one here in Riga. Sure, Claire, welcome to the master race. Yeah, we got one ship in Bruges. No, we got a bunch of ships in Bruges. Whole heap of cogs, actually. Listen there, cog. I remember, these are the cogs we stole from pirates. I want you back over in Riga. I will incorporate you into the Riga Master Race later on. Because the Riga Master Race is going to be bringing loads and loads of construction materials between Riga and Rostock. It's going to be beautiful. Build up Rostock so we can get food for Riga, which will encourage lots more people to go there. Still no... Oh, right, you want brick. That's excellent, because I have brick. And we make a nice little bonus on what we sold there. Only 1.1 thousand. A mere splash in the ocean compared to what we have right now, but with that, I don't want to keep building houses because... that's all I can really say right now, but... Okay, housing occupancy is low enough. Oh, but they do have beggars. Can you please join me on my boat? That's good. Now when we go to battle, our things are going to... our cannons are going to reload really quickly. Sailors can be exploited, but we'll get into that later on in the game. What we need right now is food. I'm trying to think, is there anything else we want to produce here at all? I think it is just food. Our home here of Rostock is going to be the breadbasket of our empire. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Is that our hemp farm? Yes. Yes it is. Okay, hemp on one side, wheat on the other. This is a pain in the bum. You know, maybe I should do that little trick. But I forget how it's done exactly. How was it done again? Was that it? I know that's the sign that it's done, but I can't quite remember how. Ah, okay. Well, I'll look into it later, because I have completely forgotten. There's a trick to build outside the boundaries of this, but I oft forget it. Besides, it'll look a lot cooler once I actually have a place to build outside of. Farms, sadly, you have to kind of build them in slots of 4, which is not so cool. And very space inefficient. But once those all get built and filled with people, that should be the breadbasket for our empire. Oh, and I'm excited about that. Spent all of our gold on it, in fact. But you know what? That's just fine by me. Would you guys like some beer as well? Again, I can just throw it into our warehouse. The administrator will take care of the rest. In the meantime, keep that money flowing. Jerome is asking how long has he been streaming. That's 1 hour 40 minutes. Time flies when you are fooled into thinking you're having fun. Okay, made tons of money from that beer supply that we set up, even though it doesn't actually make any beer. But it's probably better that it isn't making beer, because it means we're just going to get the mission again. Oh, there's not enough beer, help. Okay, I'll build places, please give me money. And that's how it goes. I think I saw something over here. Aha, what have we here? A treasure map, you say? This is telling me something. Something quite important. There is something right here. But where exactly? So, north of there in a little dip. Looks like we have some treasure hidden right around here. Let's go and sniff it out. A nice little sum. And a lot more than we ended up spending on the treasure maps in total. Alright, glorious Riga. Look at how full of my buildings it is. And look at how we are making more money on the houses. Because they're getting more full of people, which are coming to work. In fact, we should probably host a meal for the poor, just to get the number of beggars in here way up. So, did I ever touch on beggars? Beggars come in and they will loiter in the city, and if there is a job and a house for them, they will become employed and have families and all that jazz. Adding to your population and consuming goods. We want that. We want that a lot. I'm actually going to have to run for mayorship here, I think. Is that even going to be possible? See, I want to champion things here. No, that's the thing, I can just champion it. A new city wall. And they need money to do it. Okay, that is great news. However, I need to ensure that the city wall will be as big as possible. So how can I do that? We've already built at the extremes here and here and here. Oh yeah. I remember a question from last time now. People were asking why I was building at the extreme edge here, and they were asking if that would affect production at all. No, production is not affected. You can have a sawmill here, or you could have a sawmill. You actually could have a sawmill that just borders the city church. They will both be equally useful. There's no change in production depending on where you are. The only thing that depends where you are is houses' prosperity. They are more prosperous around the center of the, well, the closer to the minister or the church they are, the better they will do. So why am I building things at the extreme? Well, it helps for planning, but there's also another even better advantage to it. When a new city wall gets commissioned, it will go to as far out as possible, and it will try to include everything. So the new city wall is going to go out, and it'll have waypoints here, 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 and here, and it will be enormous. Very befitting for Riga, since we want it to be the shining butthole of the Baltic, as I believe someone eloquently put it. EU4 anytime soon, Jake? Probably going to have at least another hour of this, at the very least. Yeah, loads of people complaining about the place. There are a few improvements for the city that I haven't done. For example, I could be building wells. It'll make disease less likely, but they're expensive and a pain in the bum to put down. If you're all about going the full way and building up your city, it's better to build up lots of small wells. Reason is that you can squeeze small wells in these places where you don't have, or rather you cannot build other buildings, and you just kind of pop them in like that, and Bob's your uncle. They also get completed instantly. Wells, for some reason, also increase prosperity. I don't have any hard numbers on that, and in fact I could be pulling that very factoid out my bottom, but I believe they do. Prosperity means that, I guess prosperity rating. Wage costs go down when you're prosperous, and if you're outright wealthy, wage costs go down by 10%. which essentially means you're getting items cheaper and flooding the market with them all that better. Speaking of, when we're producing items like this, we're producing them at below market value. A regular market value, for example, for clay and wood is 39, but our wood production is kind of efficient, so we're producing it at 37. Clay, not so much, because we have all these buildings that aren't actually full of workers yet, so we're still spending extra cost per day in maintaining these buildings. Once it is fully staffed, yeah, we'll be making a lot more raw profit on clay and wood. But I'm not building clay and wood for profit. They are profitable, yes, but I'm building them mass production wise so that we can get buildings going on. Now, I've been sitting here talking about Riga for about 10 minutes. Why am I even here again? Don't think I wanted to build anything. We already got our brewers at the extreme edge here, and the smithies here, so the wall will be fine. Jake, does playing this game make you want to finish Caesar 3? I will finish Caesar 3 when it gets rolled on a punishment game. I do not have the itch to play Caesar 3 at the moment, if that's what you're getting at. Okay, Von Riga Master Race. I think I want my other cogs to meet up with you. Weren't you here? Ah yes, Flandrin. Unless you have an amazing admiral, which you do not, I just want you away. The little pop-up there told me that the old admiral that used to be in charge of that, he will bum around for a few days if I want to rehire him. So if I made another fleet, I'd get that same crappy admiral. If you want to roll admirals, bring like a dozen boats to one place and make them all into convoys, trying to roll for a better admiral. Ideally, you're wanting that 3 navigation so you can make your way down to the Mediterranean. Speaking of, I'm all about heading up to that Mediterranean, but has anybody got the 3 maneuver that I need? I know it's not maneuver, but... Oh ho, Clippy! Clippy's doing me proud, and I don't think I gave Clippy an important job. So, Von Riga Master Race, if you could please. Leave behind 1 spare cog and Clippy. Clippy is in Gothenburg doing very little. I want you over in Riga right now. In the meantime, Von Riga Master Race. I wish for you to, well... let's get all those extremely cheap bits of wood out of the market. And then get them on the convoy. Priority 1 is clay. And I want twice as much clay as I have wood. That's roughly good enough. And onwards to Rostock, where need for wood is high. Alright, so there goes... no, that's Salty Run. Where's Clippy? Hop to it. So what we do is we grab the cog onto Clippy, we get rid of the Crayer, so Clippy is now just a cog, but whatever. You do not do your little route thing. In fact, I don't want you to have a route at all. It was a waste of time. And if instead, I wish for you to go off here, and... okay, so here's something else. We can dispatch an exploration fleet, and we need to find something. But I also need to think what I want from this exploration fleet, and the answer is just straight up, I want spices. Cloth would be nice to get as well. Fortunately, I have a little bit of information about that, so is there anywhere that does cloth and spices? Preferably somewhere that is close. Oran does, and so does Algiers. That might be different since we're running randomized setup, but one cannot be certain. So we'll see if we can't get Oran. Everybody loves Oran from EU3. Question is where exactly, and this thing is anally precise about where it wants you to select your new outpost. I think Oran is here, so I wish for you to go there, and on return there's no need for you to go all the way to Rostock. I just want you to end up in London, since I believe that's the closest. Godspeed. Now with a bit of... oh shoot! You've got all these goods. Can you cancel that please? Too many goods. That said though, you can actually sell goods for a nice price when you head down there, and if I indeed do find Iran, they want pitch and pelts. Sadly we have no such things, but if you keep trading with one of these Mediterranean areas, they will, where was it again? They will grow, and they will produce more of their exotic goods for you. Iran looks to be about there. So some people might be wondering about that other city that's already created. I think at a glance that was... I think it was either Roma or Salerno that they had discovered. And Salerno will deal in wine and spices. Roma, if it is indeed Roma, also wine and spices. That's not what we need though, because we can produce plenty of wine around here. We don't need to be subsidized by the Mediterranean for that. Right, pirate killer is still around there. We don't need that extra crayer sitting there. So, please repair it. We'll figure out what to do with it later. That's ideal. So we want our pirate killer sitting around here. We want one Riga master race. Transferring ludicrous amounts of materials. Why have you got that 50 fish? I have no answer for that. Ah, hell, let's just enter the city. Now we have all these places that still need to be built, but Rostock is about to explode in terms of everything, provided we just fuel them with what they need. And we have loads of money, so we can get all these houses on the go. Really want to keep that occupancy really very low. It'd be really nice to throw a meal for the poor as well, but do we have meat, cheese and grain available? Meat, cheese, wow. Who would have thunk it? I don't mind about buying it all up at these ridiculous rates, because once we host our meal for the poor, my administrator will just sell them right back to the market for glorious profit. Looking good, but there's still more that can be done. We have the money. Oh, about that food. We don't really have any yet. Tragic. But all these jobs will entice more beggars here. So like I said, show me the everything. Any extra goods? Well, I'm full right now, but let's take it back to Rostock. Two crayers, huh? What can I do with you? I can repair one of them, but the other crayer... I really want to be building up Thorn, but Thorn needs to be dealt with only crayers. So perhaps I should make a special crayer fleet that does Thorn. I really want that cheese. And I would love any mission that says increased production. I should be checking Riga fairly frequently for that actually, because the sheer amount of money you can make from that, especially given that it's no real expense, is wonderful. You can pray, and of course I always pray for the business. I have no idea what it does. I'm also not about to donate to the city, even though the city council needs a bit of money. The city council makes taxes and you can set the tax rate. I actually have no idea what that affects. May as well set it to maximum. Jake, can you explain how to kill a city? We should probably find someone to kill first, and Novgorod is a fairly ideal place for that. It's already in recession. You cannot remove a city outright, but you can bring it down to its minimum population, which is 400. And from that they will not recover without your help. AI traders will come and go selling goods. So, I mean, they can refeed a city. But without a lot of intense help, it's unlikely to do much. Which is why Adolf Johann Sandals is not really going to be making much.
I see you're helping me develop my city. Keep up the good work.
Oslo, huh? That's not really a place I frequent. Yeah, it is a bit sad that you cannot just outright remove a city, but That would be a bit OP if you could. Actually, it would work against you. You can, however, create cities. But you need to get the missions for that later on. Alright, you know what, we're rolling in money, and this is our hometown. We may as well really show the world that it is indeed ours. So we have all these grain farms. That's actually not going to produce as much grain as I'm going to want. But we are going to be flooding the world with grain, keeping everyone fed and happy. I suppose that is nice of me. Okay, good to know that they're planning on building a new wall here, so I can also vastly increase the size of this place. It's only really grain that I'm looking to build right now, so there is a limit here. There it is. And also grain here. These are pretty much placeholders. I'm not even sure if I'm going to want to keep these grain farms. But it means that when the new wall is constructed, it will go around here, and here, and here. If I hadn't built... let's say I just built my farms here, the wall would have just come out a paltry amount like this. And that would be nothing. No, I want it at its logical extreme. Get those cities big, become huge. Ah yes, I don't want to leave this place flooded with wood. Let's get my wood back in the warehouse. And ask them, have you anything to sell, please? And they say no. Tragic. I don't even know why I'm giving them my wine. We're really only building up Rostock in order to build up Riga better. Riga needs...
You will never be mayor of this city.
I think I'm a little unpopular in Rostock. I'm not even running for mayor. Well, you know, now that you've said so, I might as well run for election. You must be chairman, huh? Or councilman. I wonder if we can be chairman shortly. We need 2 more counting houses if we want to do that, so we should probably invest in a couple more of those. But where? We need to ask ourselves. And for that we should think about what we have. Oops. Keep you there. 2 more counting houses. I need to consider which resources I have and which ones I need. So since we have Thorn, I know we don't have these right now, but it has added to our production. Cheese, more brick, more grain, raw metal though. Raw metal we should probably begin production of. And also mead, but that is of no good unless we produce honey, which we currently do not. Tragic, I know, but I've got this spreadsheet off screen that has all these things filled out for me to help me keep better track of what I have here. Could be worse. I used to sit at work with printed out maps and things. I used to draw trade routes, figuring out how to efficiently squeeze all the money out of this game. This game kind of drains my soul. The tricky thing is, I need loads of money and building materials to build these places up, but I also need to feed them so that they go well. So priority right now is get Rostock producing more food, get Riga producing yet more building materials, and check it. The population here is going even higher. They're really squeezing in, getting cozy in these houses. Housing occupancy at 71%. The moment they finish these new walls off, the AI is going to place down loads of new houses. The AI, I believe, has limitless money. You can starve him for money and he will tear down his businesses. That's very difficult to do. You essentially have to flood the market before he starts doing that. Don't think we have any houses that are anything other than worker houses though, which is a shame. We'd be getting the Boondollar if we had burger houses or patrician houses, but no. Still, again, that raw profit coming in from houses is gorgeous. Still, this guy keeps demanding tribute. Tax is being levied. No, he's angry, so he's probably going to start